Hi, I'm Greg Robinson from myphotographyshow.com, where you can send your photos in for a free critique. That's exactly what Nancy did with this image. Thanks, Nancy, for sending your image in. She says that this image was taken at Disney World. I was passing by an artist while she was doing a drawing of a little girl. It was taken on the run, but I just couldn't resist. And you were right to do so, Nancy. Well done for this great image. I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about your settings, I'm going to talk about your composition and your subject choice. Now, let's get right into it. Concerning your settings, you were ISO 400 because it was very dark down here and you were right to do so. A shutter speed of 1/15 because your aperture was at f/8. Now, I understand that you chose f/8 in order to get the most out of your lens's contrast, color and quality, although in these very low light conditions I would have suggested opening your aperture to f/5.6 or less, which would have enabled you to push your shutter speed up to at least 1/30th of a second and or more, and that would have given you a little more to play with, although this is actually very nicely sharp. I like, we can see it just here. It's very well sharp, so well done on that. You actually didn't move at all for this image, so well done on that. Compositionally, I love the fact that we have the girl's face here, which attracts our view straight away. The viewer's attention is drawn straight to her. Then we understand that she is having her portrait made by this silhouetted person. Great composition on this, really just playing around with the clair-obscur, as we say in French, clara obscura in Italian, I think, which basically means all that's bright and dark. So playing around with those very marked contrasts is a good idea. I would have just suggested to get rid of this in the background, which is a little distracting. If I take my black brush and do it very quickly here, hang on, I don't want the pencil, I want the brush, there we go. Get a nice big brush going there, and well, you can do this better obviously at home, but as you can see, the image gets a little more interesting that way. We understand a bit better what's going on, although I find that we lose, whoops, yeah, I didn't create a layer mask, that's why I can't come back on that. Although in that case, if you do decide to do that, then I would suggest cropping your image a little more, because we have all this that really isn't necessary. So cropping it that way, because we lose less detail, I don't want to lose all that on top there, and maybe centering the image a little more like that. The great advantage you have here, I'd suggest even cheating quite a bit on this, the great advantage you have here is the little girl is in black, so you can actually select her entirely and move her slightly closer to the artist. So we're cheating a bit here, but that makes the image that much more interesting. You'll see what I mean here. If I get the black brush going there, there we go, so that disappears. I have to get rid of that one though, so let me just quickly create a layer mask. And nope, I still want my brush, but I just want to invert. There we go. So we keep that part there, which is still interesting. And that way we can crop the image a little more, just to get that further interest and really get your viewer to understand what's going on here. I like keeping that part there, so I'll crop, and there we go. What do you think of that? A little more interesting, things to play around with. Thanks again, Nancy, for sending your image in. All your other viewers, don't hesitate to send your images in for a free critique on myphotographyshow.com. Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and please don't hesitate to send your photos in for a free critique on myphotographyshow.com. Until next time, this is Greg wishing you a nice day.